Hello, everybody! Welcome to Cyber Samurai Saturday. My name is Corey, and we're playing Legend of the Five Rings. That's right, we do this here on the Dead Unicorn every Saturday, barring some freak accident. um, we're playing Sin of Regret. We're winding down this game. These guys have been at the closed shell castle trying to figure out who is sabotaging the daimyo, and perhaps they figured it out, but perhaps they haven't.
Perhaps.
They have been, they're in the, most of them are in the war room studying maps and trying to figure out if they're going to be blindsided by a closed shell maneuver. But they found out that, well, it really doesn't have anything to do with anything, but they now know the maneuver and how to outflank that maneuver. At the same time, Ayumi, Tarek's character Ayumi, went up to the top floor and got caught and jumped out of the window, threw her grappling hook into the air, and missed. Falling to her doom. She went unconscious.
These fish aren't stable.
That's what happened last game. Before we continue on, I'd like to thank my patrons scrolling the upper right-hand corner. They help out this channel, and they vote. They vote for their favorite character, and that character gets a insta success. Let me check out who wins this this instant success. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Yeah, I didn't use mine last time, so I get another void point.
It's a tie between Rikyu and Ayumi.
Ayumi needs it.
I am going to give it to... I'm going to give it to Rikyu.
Because Ayumi's unconscious.
Because that's what you get for flubbing up last time.
So thank you, patrons, for voting. If you find any of this stream interesting or noteworthy or funny, hey, put the time code in a comment with hashtag DU Shorts, and I will make it a DU Short. We're going to have like a bunch of DU Shorts coming out this week. It'll be fun. You'll see. One came out today. Hey, they're really fun little snippets of our game that we like to pull out and show for a laugh. So, you four, how about y'all introduce your characters real quick, starting with Ayumi, and then we can end at whoever's
With
last.
someone else.
Yeah.
Ayumi is a complicated character with many layers of clothing and masks, and is currently as flat as a pancake. She is gonna have fun waking up to whatever horrible surprise she wakes up to.
Well, if you have layers
Crystal.
of clothing, then maybe those layers helped cushion your fall.
We can pray. We can hope.
I'm playing Maro, a diviner from the Ujik Plains. She has seen her death, and it does not make her afraid. But yeah, she can talk to the death gods for her powers, and let's go to Howard now.
I'm just a regular Shugenja. You can totally trust me. There's nothing weird going on here. I just occasionally call on spirits to help solve problems, and I maintain the balance throughout the land. Nothing interesting about me. Hey, there's Bashar.
All right. I play Bashar bin Sahir, who is an excommunicated or banished noble from Al Zawira, from across the burning sands, and he is in Rokugan trying to see if he can get some people to rally for his cause to get back his place in his homeland. And he's learning a few of the intricacies of Rokugani culture and traditions, and realized that he might have put himself in a bit of a tight spot when he was a little too open about his foreignness in the country. Back to you, Game Master.
All right. You three, Marl, Riku, and Bashar, are finishing up in the map room. Court is starting very soon, and also I thought you wanted to go visit the prison and talk to the monk that you imprisoned there or something. I forget what exactly was going on.
I don't recall talking about that. Bashar wouldn't be too hot on the idea personally.
I
Okay.
do remember. Well, I do remember we were talking about how easy it would be for him to break out or get out of there. I don't remember if we actually said we wanted to talk to him.
Oh,
But
okay.
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's been a bit.
I think we probably don't have a lot of time for court. So we should probably get ready for that.
Right? I'll polish up my mask, clean up a bit.
Okay.
I'll get some soap and some water spirits and have them get to town. That seems like a thing that should exist.
Yes.
The spirits of scrubbing bubbles.
You'll never have to
No, no,
change
no, no.
clothes
It's a
ever
bald
again.
man.
All you
It's
need to
just-
do is just cast that spell, and you'll be fresh as a daisy every day.
No, Mr. Clean is just literally a Tagashi monk. That's it.
Anytime he sweats, he becomes soapy.
That
he
would
just
be
has
inconvenient.
His tattoos are just bubbles all over his body, and it just turns into suds whenever he gets wet.
You don't want to be at the bottom of the mountain whenever he takes a bath.
I mean,
It's an avalanche! No! No, it's bubbles!
Oh, we can't drink this stuff. It's so slutty.
that could be interesting if he didn't take a vow of chastity. All right. You guys get all ready and fresh for court. Is there any type of role you want to make to get like extra bits of glory from being like really awesome looking in court? Or are we just gonna say I look like I normally look and
Yeah.
I'm going to court?
Roll for peak sexiness.
That's a role you
I
can
think
make in this game.
I'll try to gussy up a little bit.
All right, looking to
All
gussy
right,
up.
so could I use theology to come up with what would be the most impressive Shugenja outfit to scare spirits, and then walk into court with something like that on?
Yeah, it's called a Cooney's outfit. Just
Whatever you use for theology won't impress people in court. It will have to be
It's my best
design.
role, so I try to use it for everything.
I understand that, but this is a design role.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good at composition, not so much the design thing.
I'm no good at design either.
One of these
Maybe
gay.
I'll-
But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to design like how to put up my hair and like if I should wear my sash over the right or the left.
Okay.
what
are
does
you
it say about
adapting-
me that I wear my shoes very tight?
adapting an existing piece, refining the stuff you have?
I am adapting my current outfit because I don't have much more.
Okay. It is a water roll, and I am going to make it. It's going to be a TN3 to impress the people you need to impress.
And with my role, I'm gonna try to have Bashar be as inventive as possible. Try to make do with, try to make himself as samurai-esque as possible with whatever sashes he has, to kind of at least try to fit in and blend in a little bit. And I'm also gonna
'Cause
use one of my void points to
Basically all of samurai fashion is basically sashes.
Oh, Howard, did I give you a void point for the whole monk fiasco thing? Because that's your story, and you get a void point for that.
No, I don't believe you did.
Yeah,
I don't think you did either.
give yourself a void point for all of that monk stuff.
Cool.
that monk bullshit.
Yeah. All right, make your roll there, Matt. You're adapting. He's being chloroformed. Don't.
Well, my roll sucked.
Yes.
I'm gonna just, let's say I kept the one success I got, plus the opportunity with strife, which I'm using to remove 2 strife from myself.
Okay.
So apparently it was a cologne that my family wanted to sniff. And
Are
I'm
you
like,
gonna
"What
make
the
your
hell is
roll?
that?" Yes, I'll make my roll.
Okay. Why are you
Son
using?
of a frog! Are you kidding me?
Why are you using fire?
Hmm?
You said
Fire?
you were
Because I was trying to be inventive.
You said you were using your old clothes and trying to wear them in a samurai fashion. That would be
All right,
adapt.
fine. I'll
That
do a
would be
reroll.
water.
Water. Eh.
That's still nothing.
Basically the same role.
Yeah, basically the same roll. You can spend one of your opportunity to if to make it look like you didn't try and fail. So like you're gonna lose glory if you fail this roll. But if you spend one of your opportunity to like mitigate failure, you can do that and not lose the glory.
Yeah. Okay, I will spend that opportunity to mitigate failure.
Okay. And Crystal, you'll lose 1 point of glory because you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not actually doing anything
Should I
special.
just
I'm
do
wearing
that
my
now?
regular outfit.
All right. Nothing
I
special.
just did it now.
Means you're
I'm always
perfectly
special.
fine.
I look amazing all the time. What are you talking about? You know, with the mask on. With that mask off, that's a puke factory right there. But there's all those great jokes from the first Deadpool movie about how his head looked. All that.
Okay. You 3 are in court.
Woohoo. My favorite.
All of the regular suspects are there.
You mean the usual suspects? And also the unusual ones.
Well, the same kind of people who were there last time, or are there this time, with one, of course, notable exception.
The dead woman?
The dead woman, yes.
Yes.
Hard for her to attend.
Well, I mean, she could be
Taxidermy's
here,
a
but
thing.
it'd be in a box.
Taxidermy is a thing.
Just prop
And
her
so
up.
is Neho.
Yeah, there are zombies. She could be zombified. I petition the court for brains.
She's got, like, super coarse hemp stitching, keeping her head on. Sorry, Tarek.
Okay.
So, some of the regular business gets done first before they move on to interesting stuff. Is there anything anybody wants to do before we get to, like, the interesting stuff, which has to do with, the monk and, Howard swearing himself to, Reju? Not Howard, but, Riku.
Some guy walks in. People are like, "What a guy you know! He's so white."
Yeah. Why does his hair look like fire?
His beard is red, and it looks like burnt charcoal at some parts.
There's still some red. Yeah.
Better yet, burning embers.
Okay. So, if there's nothing, I'm asking, is there anything you want to talk about
Nothing
that?
I can think of at the moment.
All right, we're gonna move on to the monk. So, it is the magistrate. Where is he? Sugamasa. Sugamasa will begin to talk about the monk that he has put in prison, in the jail cell. And he says, "My lord, apparently we have this monk that has visited us is accused of dark magic by Riku and Bashar. Their testimony was convincing, so I put him behind bars until we can determine the truth of this." He says, "I see. What is the nature of this dark magic?" Bashar, would you like to... Bashar-san.
I was about to address being addressed. Yes. Unfortunately, as I was out in the hallways looking for one of the servants, I came across him. But as I came across him, my memory faded from me, and by the time I had awoken, I was surrounded by my friends with my weapon out and their weapons pitted against myself, and I was on the ground, thinking that I had slain my friend. But any time in between, I'm unable to recall.
An illusion. Reju says, Reju Jikai, the daimyo.
Mm-hmm.
An illusion. He turns towards the court Yojimbo, Toshio, and says, "These illusions, what do you know of them?" "Well, sire, illusions can be performed by any Shugenja who are well versed in air magic." So, he turns back to Bashar. "How do you know this was dark magic?"
From what I can recall, I was fighting against my friends, and I have no reason to want to kill or maim any of them. It felt as though I was tricked into something I was not willing to be a part of.
Again, Toshio
says,
says, again, this could be the whims of the air kami. The air kami are known for playing tricks on the mind. They are very playful like that.
So Bashar kind of turns to Riku, kind of looking for something to help him back up his claim.
Riku looks like he doesn't want to interrupt because they're addressing you directly, but they did mention his name, so I'm assuming they're going to get to me. Because interrupting you is rude.
Well,
it's your testimony for that part.
Once Toshio has finished his sentence, I will look over at Riku and say, Riku-san, you know more about this man's powers, don't you?
I do indeed. I don't have the information out of character, but I will give the name of the order that raised me, describe that man's position, and go on a long explanation. And it's an impassioned speech that will totally make them be convinced, and I ought to succeed.
All right.
Good job.
Jikai rubs his chin. Very convincing. I do want to hear what this monk, Kuromaru has to say. Sugimasa, could you please go and retrieve him? Rikyu, since you know so much about this man, I think it would be best if you would to accompany him to make sure that this man's powers remain in check.
I agree. May I take Bashar with me as well?
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
magic plus sword guy. Always a good combo.
Okay. You guys go on down to where the armory is, through the underground staircase, and down into the prison. And when you get there, you see in the 3 cells, you see the town headsman,
Setsuo?
Setsuo, the man that attacked Jikai's hawk.
I thought it was a woman.
It was.
Oh yeah, the woman that attacked the hawk. And in the final cell, you see
Nothing.
Oh no.
Dead guy.
You see Reju Genzo in the cell.
Uh-oh.
Genzo says, "Let me out of here!" Thum, thum. Sugimasa says, just walks on up and says, "Where is the monk?" I don't know. I was outside of the cell watching him, and then suddenly I was inside the cell and he was walking away.
So my statements are not quite so far-fetched, eh?
Well, we should get him out of here. Although it is pretty funny.
Sugimasa says, "I have a half a mind to leave you in there." He goes, picks up the key ring and says, "But I'm sure the daimyo would wish to hear what you have to say." Click, and opens up the cell. So, since you apparently have no idea what happened, he looks into the other cells. Setsuo says, yeah. The monk and Genzo turned into, I don't know, a red mist and traded places. It was a very interesting thing to see. I've never seen
It actually
such...
does sound pretty badass.
I've never seen something like that ever happen before.
I mean, we gotta kill the crap out of this guy, but I really want to read his spell book.
Well, you two go with Genzo. I'm going to do some more questioning around here. Go back to court and report what happened.
Mm-hmm. So, I assume Bashar and Riku do just that. No poking around or doing anything else stupid.
Well,
Or?
before we go, is there anything else missing? I look at the other inmates that were witnesses, basically. Is there's anything else you could share? I can't let you out, but I can sneak you some sake.
Setsuo says, yeah, I could definitely use some food in here.
Did you see anything else useful? That's the trade there, is,
Oh, he says, no. They came in with the monk. They put him in the cell. Sugimasa left. After a couple minutes, the monk put a piece of candy in his mouth, and then they traded places.
Can I make a theology roll to understand what that might have actually done? Or do I know anything about the guy already to just know? Or
you know what? I'm gonna let you make a. I'm gonna let you make a sentiment roll to see if you.
Gourmet roll to understand candy.
But it's Earth for recall. You're recalling a memory about this guy and what he kind of does.
So sentiment Earth.
Yes, and the TN is.
We discussed this last game, but
I kind of told you out of character. 4. The TN is 4.
Okay. 4?
Yes.
Oof.
Ooh.
I will spin a ring, avoid for an extra ring, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, for an extra ring dice.
Right. Because I only have 1 in sentiment, so.
Well, that explosive can save you.
Hang on. It could if it explodes twice.
Yeah.
It could definitely do that.
I mean, sure, I'll take it and see what happens. I get at least 1 strife as I take it. It was white, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You get a skill die.
All right, it could almost. It was like this close.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I can tell you. You know that he has no innate magical power like you have. Like, the spirits chose you to do magic through you. These
So he's
things.
not a Shugenja.
Yes, he's not a Shugenja by normal methods. But you do know that there are powerful dark magics that basically they give their powers to anybody. They don't care. As long as you have the knowledge to do it, you can do it. Unfortunately, all of those spells require a sacrifice of blood, and that's why he does a lot of like sacrificial rituals.
Well, that could have just been like a blood clot that he saved for later. Something nasty. I'm sure it was something nasty.
So yeah, without
It's
like
candy to the worst.
without a ritual knife, he shouldn't be able to do anything.
All right, so that you are all clear, he is not a Shugenja. He does blood magic, and without a knife, I'm guessing that was something he had prepared earlier, probably a piece of a sacrifice that he kept on him. You should really search your prisoners.
Genzo said, well, I took a knife off of him.
Well, that's good. A good start. He needs that too. But he had a little clump of something gross, and he ate it, and he had powers.
He had a little piece of candy on him. He had like a little pouch of candy.
Well, maybe he baked blood into candy. I don't know, but that's the only way he could have done it. He's not a Shugenja.
Well,
By the way, don't eat his candy.
yeah.
Oh, I got some candy.
All right, back to court.
Okay, you
Thanks
go
for
back
the
to court.
info. I will make a mental note to later. Actually, I'll just ask one of those servants that walk around to bring a bottle of sake for the guy that gave me the info.
Okay.
So, Corey, could I theorize something about the candy using either medicine or theology? Or would it be a different skill? Maybe
This is
add
like a
little
really
more.
like tricky thing he did. You would have never thought. I mean, people would never have thought of this kind of thing, unless you're like a Halloween weirdo.
or a blood witch.
Like, yeah,
If
this.
you were also a Mehosukai, maybe you'd think of it.
Did you take the bag of candy off?
Or probably did a lot of pranks when you were younger, and
Right.
you decide to spike some food with.
Can you make high school bully check?
Who? Yeah, who? I don't think I was ever pranked by somebody messing with my food, and if I ever was, I would murder that person.
Warren was.
The backstory would be that that Bashar has quite a few siblings, so.
Like the whole thing of like
I gotta say real quick.
Food?
Y'all know Warren. Somebody filled what he thought was a jelly donut with ambisol, and gave him a free donut. And Warren, being Warren, knew something was wrong and wasn't gonna give him the satisfaction. Ate the whole thing.
What is ambisol?
I don't
I hate to
know.
ask.
It's you put it on like your gums, and it numbs them for like when you have toothpaste. It looks like kind of a clear jelly.
Oh, like a jelly
when I was
donut
in
full of that
college,
stuff?
I would never leave my drink alone with a particular person because I saw them on several times fill someone else's glass with salt.
My brother used to do that to me, but he would also, like, if I left the table at a restaurant, he would literally take the salt shaker and put it inside of my drink. So that when I got back, there was a salt shaker inside of my drink.
Oh.
It's like a Jaeger bomb, but salt.
It's a salt bomb.
All the time. Like, I used to work, he got me a job at Bennigan's one time, right? He was working at Bennigan's, and I got a job working with him as a waiter. And he got me the job there. And then one day we were on lunch together eating at the restaurant that we were both working at. And he did it to me at work on the clock. I came back and my drink had a and I was like, dude, I have to clean this shit now. Like, I have to, this isn't cool.
Ah,
I gotta call in a complaint to corporate. Ridiculous.
All right, back at court. Reju hears all of the testimony of Genzo and you guys, and he's very concerned about all of this. He turns towards Nobu and he says, this man that came into our castle, you did not put him in the regular guest quarters where we could keep an eye on him. You were going to put him in the derelict tower? And he says, I was. Why was I going to do that? Sir, this man has powers that apparently go beyond most of us.
The derelict tower has access beyond the walls as well. You should be aware. He may have done that on purpose.
Everybody kind of looks at you. Like,
Wait, was that a secret? Oh, damn it.
Yeah. You want to rescind that, Howard?
No, I'm not rescinding it. I say that in character. Was that
Yeah,
a secret?
was that a secret?
Damn it.
Jakai says, I had no idea there was an exit from the tower to the outside.
Oh. I'm new here. I didn't know you didn't know.
I'll have Sugamasa look into that. And that's where the arrows were stored.
Yes.
Well, maybe someone was trying to smuggle out the arrows and had to leave them there? I don't know.
There were a lot of empty barrels, too, so that could be it.
The magistrate comes back in. He says, Kuromaru left through the front door. The guard saw him out. So, he's gone. Unless we can track him unless anybody knows how to track during the night.
Pretty much the same as the day, just with torches and dogs.
We don't have dogs here. There are no dogs.
Dogs that don't exist? My bad.
Well, dogs exist. They just don't have any dogs here.
Oh.
And I'm thinking to
Closest thing they
myself,
had
Yeah,
was
they don't hound keep in the
Don't-
Imperial lands, really.
Don't remind the daimyo that he doesn't have a dog like all of the other daimyos.
This time he was just more of a cat guy, you know.
I mean, there'll have to be a quest that
to bring everybody dogs.
to bring everybody dogs, and that might or might not be the plot of an old cartoon that I created.
Unfortunately, that reference went way over my head right there.
Most beautiful samurai in all the land.
So much sadness in a single oogly. Okay.
That was great.
Well, I'm thinking to myself that I may know who could do some tracking even at night, but I don't think I'm gonna bring that up now.
there is a person here that could track at night, yes. Okay, well, they're going to move on. They said since we're going to have to put out some parties in the morning But for now, he's gotten away. But Rikyu, you have done so much for this court. You have earned a special place here at this castle.
Oh, big way.
When Ayumi says it, it sounds a little menacing. It's like, yes, a special place.
You have earned a special place at this castle. And I wish to formalize your entrance into the Reju family. You have said that you wish to swear to me earlier this morning. And before everyone in this court, are you ready to swear again?
I am. And I will step forward and I believe I have a sword of some sort to present. Let me double check.
Nobu says, wait! Wait. Before this man swears to you, Reiju-sama, he needs to answer for something.
Think of all the bad things I've done was a part of, and it's going to be like, this morning he was rude to a servant. Know that. Yeah.
It has to do...
Sir, did you not drink all of the wine casks in the basement?
I mean, that was the goal, but after a while, I can't remember things.
It has to do with the company he keeps. He points over to the doors leading out to the garden. The doors open. And there is a Yumi
Oh, it's Yumi. Okay.
in, like, her ninja garb. She's tied and hoisted up by some servants. She's obviously unconscious. And she is unceremoniously dumped onto the ground.
Bashar is just aghast at what's going on. He's like, "Ugh. Ugh."
I kind of wanted her to have sexier pajamas.
I call out, Ayumi, what is happening?
Toshio, you may rouse her. Toshio-san.
You said rouse, not arouse.
Toshio will walk up. He'll cast a spell. You will regain fatigue. How much fatigue? I don't know. Let's see what his water is.
Equal to your hotness.
You'll gain 3 fatigue back, but you'll snap back from unconsciousness.
Okay, I'm just still incapacitated then. 'Cause I'm over my endurance.
Right.
Okay, so I'll wake up.
I look over at them and be like, you never actually said what the question was. I mean, that, I do know her.
Yes, and she was caught trying to gain access to the daimyo's quarters.
Oh, hey, I mean, I think he's married. Hey,
In fact, these 2 guards, and he points to 2 guards, were waylaid by her, as she tried to gain access to the family's quarters. She is your friend. She came here with you, and you have defended her on many an occasion. So I figure before you swear to Reiju, you should have to answer for this seeming betrayal.
Is this Sugamasa talking?
Yeah,
by
I
the
was
way?
gonna say, who is this?
This is Otomo Nobu,
Nobu.
the steward.
Oh, the steward.
The steward.
before I would even call it a betrayal, I'd like to hear what she says she was doing, because I honestly don't know what's going on. For me to say anything at this point would just be guessing. There's like a murder in his room and you're going to catch him, something, right? Come on, lady. Do us a little justice here. Explain yourself.
I wait until everybody's quiet before I speak. And I go, well, I indeed was attempting to gain access to the family quarters, not the daimyo's room, but more the operation room of Reju Toshio.
They're going to ask why. You might as well just say the why.
I suspect that he may be in league with individuals attempting to undermine the safety and security of this castle and the well-being of the villagers in Twin Blessings Village.
Toshio
I was
says.
looking for proof.
Toshio says, It looks like you're itching for another duel, Ayumi. But really, that such an accusation means nothing from somebody that is a criminal such as yourself. Perhaps you are looking instead to plant evidence of whatever betrayal you are trying to accuse me of.
I was found unconscious, I am assuming. Did you find any items on me of incrimination?
I was told that you were throwing something away as you fell.
A shame that I missed.
Reju
I look up to Reju Jikai.
will look
and
over
past.
to Rikyu and say, do you share these accusations of my of Reiju Toshio, my court Shugenja?
I don't know about accusations, but I can honestly say that as a Shugenja, in the time that I've been here, I've managed to solve many problems which you have seen. And if your Shugenja was any type of Shugenja, should have been able to solve them too, so he's either fake or he's purposely ignoring the problems. That's all I can tell you.
And I
didn't
must
have any
say,
court standing to say so prior.
I agree with this assessment.
What you newcomers fail to understand, says Toshio, is the problems that have been plaguing this land, this castle, and this family that have taken up all of my time. In fact, I have had to help. What is her name? Give me one. I have had to help Seppen Azusa with her own spiritual imbalances for some time now.
Interesting that you weren't the one to solve her problems or get her further. As
Tell you
Reju
what, if
will
you are
do
such
that.
a great Shugenja, why don't you and I have a Shugenja off on the morrow? You and me blowing magic at each other, and you prove to me that you are, in fact, a capable Shugenja, and then prove to everybody else, and I'll be dead, so it won't matter. You know, unless you're,
Me,
Jikai says.
cheat.
Jikai says.
A formal wizard battle?
Oh, wizard battle.
I got my wand.
Can I just say something?
Yep.
That's totally unrelated. It'll stop the scene for a little bit. I apologize, but the first time in Next Generation Star Trek that Guinan and Q meet, they were going to have a wizard battle, right? Like, Guinan put her hands in, like, a magic
crap,
spell.
man. I was
Kinda...
a teenager. I don't remember.
Yes, they were. I've watched this episode recently. They definitely were.
Like, what was going to happen? What if Picard didn't stop them? Like, were they going to throw lightning bolts or something across the Enterprise? I really want to know. I'm very...
Maybe they
Did Guinan
both
ever
would have.
display an actual power, or was she all just... You assume that she could do something?
She did project some kind of psychic abilities, some like foresight and some resistance abilities to like being affected by crazy shit that was going on around.
She
them.
has her powers were basically what the Force was during the first Star Wars movie. If that makes any sense, like in the original Star Wars movie, like the Force was just I feel stuff, and that makes me cooler somehow.
You didn't actually know that the lightsaber was necessarily a Force thing, or just cool space sword.
Yeah.
Also was in a lot of the like go back in time episodes where she was just always alive in history.
So she's
she was
long-lived.
also kind of like immortal. So
But
I don't
what was-
know, 'cause
what
they
was
went back
this?
in time to like San Francisco when it was like the 1800s or something at one point.
So whenever
And he was there.
Whenever I think of Wizard Battle, I instantly think of Guinan doing her magic pose, and wondering what could have been, what exactly she was going to do. Anyways, we're moving on from that. Jikai, the daimyo, pipes up and he says, "No, I forbid any type of Shugenja duel, because I have other plans for Rikyu. Things that he was supposed
Quite a show, though. It would have been amazing.
Things that I wish him to do for me." Reju Toshio, you say you've been helping my wife. I've seen you dutifully try and help her. But I would like to understand this help a bit more. So, Reiju Jinzaburo-san. Yes, sire. Please fetch my wife. I wish to hear from her. Immediately. He goes off.
He went off on all fours. There was a dog there the whole time.
I'd like to say a couple things while that's happening.
Okay.
I go, Stepan Azusa, I have seen her in the temple or in the shrine to Shinsei on many occasions. She seemed quite peaceable and kind, though distraught. She mentioned things about how she was receiving help to clear her mind when we first arrived, and yet I noticed the medication she was utilizing would have only helped to muddle her standing. If Reju Toshio was the one seeing to her well-being, I cannot vouch for her for its effectiveness. However, Michi, the monk that we traveled here with, did seem to have a quite effective treatment of Stepan Azusa, who seemed to feel much more comfortable in her sessions with me.
Toshio says, "I'm sure your testimony means so much to this court, seeing as what your actions were just moments ago."
I do what I must.
So, Azusa comes back with Jinzaburo. By the way, Jinzaburo's gone. Anybody would like to make an attack against the daimyo? Now's the time. He doesn't have his Yojimbo.
If only I wasn't incapacitated.
What? You haven't been taking calming breaths?
I mean, do you
So,
really want
Azusa
to
comes
kill
back.
Daimyo?
Well, good point. I could be taking calming breaths this whole time.
I guess, but like a calming breath during an intrigue takes like 10 minutes to do.
Oh, that's a good point. stupid rule.
It takes one action to do a calming breath during an intrigue, but an intrigue scene can take anywhere. An intrigue round can take anywhere from like a minute to like 30 minutes. But you only get one calming breath during that time.
So does this count as a scene switch from when we went down to the prison and back?
Yes.
I got my strife back. Can you calming breath below half your thing?
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
And I'm assuming that my stats didn't go back to half when I was brought into the scene.
No.
Nah, you started off. Yeah.
I'm literally maxed on both my endurance and composure.
But you can like take a calming breath. I'll let you take a calming breath while they get Azusa back.
Just sitting there like Vader breathing. Just,
At least I'm not compromised anymore. That was one of the reasons why I was trying not to make a roll. Just like, let me see if I can talk about this. Hold out for as long as I can.
Luke, I am your daimyo.
Azusa comes back in. And Jikai says, "My dear wife, I would like to ask you. You have been attending the shrine every morning for meditations." She says, "Yes, I have. What has Toshio been of help to you in this meditation? I know he has been offering you assistance in these matters." She says, "The incense I was given by him did not seem to help. But when the monk Michi arrived, she had cleaned out the incense that he gave me and replaced it with her own and led me in meditation, and it was much more help than what Toshio has given me. And I apologize, Toshio-san, but that is why I have not returned to you for help."
Aw, he sucks at every facet of his job.
I see.
He might actually rock at his job. Just don't know what his job is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jikai, very upset. The waterflower garden, the cellar, the roof, and my wife. Toshio. You have worked against me in my own castle since I have arrived, apparently, and I have not even noticed it. It has taken an outsider, Rikyu, to show me what has been going on in my own castle.
Credit where it's due. My battered friend over there helped.
Toshio,
Where are Yumi?
I am going to request a new Shugenja from the Reju family to take care of my own family, and you will return back to the homeland. Do I make myself clear? Toshio. Very, like he's on edge.
You strifed up?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Everybody at this point in time can make a sentiment check against Toshio.
All right. General dickishness is air, right?
Analyze, theorize, survey.
Analyze air. To analyze them would be good.
I'm gonna do
theorize
air.
or
spending a voice.
survey is also good. Tell me what you're using, and I can tell you what ring you're using, and I will tell you what the TN is.
I'm using air.
Yeah, I'll go with air.
I will survey him.
Water. Okay, it's all
Water.
three then.
TN3.
TN3. Nobody chose Earth or Void, so
Well, actually, I
Oh.
haven't even announced mine, but
okay. Well,
thanks for giving that
So
away.
we can.
what are you doing?
We can use Earth
All right,
for
I
recall.
will use Sentiment Earth.
Earth. Okay, your TN is 5.
Oh, you know what? No.
You are
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
go
get.
ahead and use Sense with
I'll-
Void
I'll
to get
borrow a ring, 'cause I
the
feel like
general
this is a thing.
feeling for him.
I already told you that those were the
okay.
2 attributes
Those.
that
Huh?
were different. Like,
I thought you were giving us specifically you can use.
no. I said you could use whatever you wanted.
Okay.
But the
Well, if I have to stick with water, no biggie.
yeah, you have to stick with water now. Cuz those were the
Sentiment
two
water.
elements that had different TNs associated with them.
I have 3 successes and 1 opportunity.
I got 6 successes.
6 sexes.
Oh, only 2. Let me see. Is there a good air opportunity thing that I
Yeah,
can?
my opportunity I'm going to use to learn something about a character, either at advantage or disadvantage of an individual that I'm
Okay,
studying.
which character do you want to advantage or disadvantage on?
Toshio.
Toshio? Sure. What are his jams? Do you want an advantage or disadvantage? What do you want?
I'll take a disadvantage.
Social.
Okay. He has ingratitude. A social interpersonal disadvantage. Ingratitude. It's a void. Disadvantage. Anybody else?
This is scholar.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
see.
Let me double check. If there's a strife attached to it, I won't even take it. But if there isn't, I'll use it to knock off the strife. Nothing important. There it is.
I'm just gonna remove 2 strife from myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna take it. I got 2 strife out of that roll. Waste of time. Did anybody make it?
I made 3 successes. and I
Bashar
think
did too. He made 6, right?
Matt
Yeah.
made 6. Yeah.
Matt made 6 successes. He got his 5.
Wow.
Oh wow, good job,
And
Matt.
I made 3. Was Air 3?
Yeah,
More.
Air was 3.
Air was 3. Okay.
I'm actually kind of amazed that I accidentally chose the most difficult roll and I still surpassed it.
Dude, sometimes it just works. Sometimes fate intervenes. Fate finds a
I
way.
take a deep breath. As time passes, I will take another.
Crystal, you didn't make the
No.
Okay.
Did Riku?
No, I only
No?
got 2
Oh.
successes.
Oh, you got 2.
Wait, do I need to take the strife? Seeing that it failed, I don't have to take anything, right?
You have to take at
You
least
have to
one
take
die.
the one that you kept.
Oh, then I blew up, right? Okay. Well, then I can take a deep breath after and blow it off. I blew it up and blew it off.
Okay. Then Jikai says, Rikyu, I'm sorry for all of this interruption. This is a joyous and great moment for you to swear to the Reju family. We will add your strength to ours, and both of us will be better for it.
I look forward to it. And I go ahead and I will kneel before him as I was going to do before, and I present my blade, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm looking at character.
Yes.
Is it a wakizashi? I think I have a wakizashi.
That is what you get. Yeah, that's your blade.
I present that before him appropriately. Not in like a threatening manner, because I'm not suicidal.
Of course. He says, Rikyu, do you swear to the Reiju family to uphold, defend, and bring honor to this family?
I do.
Do you swear to be dutiful and follow the elders of this family that now you will be a part of?
I do.
Very well. Jinzaburo will take a box and set it down before you. And you can open the box.
I, of course, open the box because I love making bad choices. What happens to me when I open the box?
What's in the box?
In the box, there is a teal and purple Shugenja robe and a wakizashi in the colors of the Reju family with the Reju Mon, the symbology of the Reju family and the Otomo family.
I accept it gracefully.
Congratulations, you're an Imperial.
family member.
You're an Imperial family member. Look at you.
Moving on up.
You'll get status.
Congratulations, Riku. You now have a big daddy.
Yeah, well, sugar daddy.
I can dual wield wakizashis. I can be just as bad with two of them.
That's Miramoto. That's Dragon.
All right, I gotta yell at my kid to go to bed. I'll be right back.
All right.
I
Go do that. The sun is trying to blind Corey.
I am assuming that I'm still being kind of held under guard, but I'm trying
I
to.
just thought, like, you're just hanging there by your hands, like, tied up at the sides, going.
Yeah, you're tied up and being held there still. The Daimyo hasn't said to release you or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just
It's
standing
making
there
me
like,
think of the life of Brian with all the guys up on the crosses.
I keep trying to catch the attention of either Marl or a Bashar, since Riku is pretty engaged,
Preoccupied.
otherwise preoccupied.
I'd applaud Riku for this, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Let me
all
just
tied up at the moment.
slap
Imagine
my
they do the thing where
chains
they put your arms behind your
instead.
back and then they tie your forearms together. That's the like typical Japanese prisoner
Yeah,
position.
you have your hands like this and you start
No,
clapping.
no. It's your elbows are together and they tie your forearms behind your back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That
That's how
sounds
they
fun.
usually do it. And it's usually with like a stick behind you so that you have like a rod that you can't lay down.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Japanese prisoners of war were not, or like, especially like ninjas, not treated well when located. Don't understand it.
We didn't even treat the American citizen Japanese people good during the war. What are you talking about?
That's true. But I was saying, like, in feudal Japan, that's how they used to, like, if you were a prisoner, like, you were also liable to get chopped in half because they were going to test the strength of the durability of a weapon.
Howard, increased Rikyu's status to 35.
Ooh.
Yeah, now you have more status than me. God damn. Look at you.
Yeah, they went up by 1
Oh, wait, you already had a 30-something?
at
You
34.
You were already above me then.
You had 34 status? Wow.
I was at
What it
26
said.
status.
Unless I've been accidentally adding glory in the wrong box, but I don't think so because I have 70 glory.
Okay.
I had 26 status to start, but that was only because I was from a Ronin family.
Wow, I got 10 status.
That's because you're a ferner.
I'm a
And really, my
super
status only
lowly
applies if people knew that I
4.
was actually from Nanashimura.
Ah.
If you don't know, then I'm just a nobody. That's why I was like, most people would assume that I'm some kind of like peasant. I don't have any name to go with me. Nothing.
Okay. Jikai says, "Welcome to the family. Unfortunately, I immediately have a task for you. You are to go back.
Kill her.
You
I
are
was about to say.
You are to immediately return to Twin Blessing Village and bring that village back into the fold. Quell whatever rebellion is there and make sure that this castle and my reign is safe, and that village is a productive village again, and we can all live in harmony.
I have good relations with the people of Twin Blessings. I believe I can do this with no problem and no violence.
Very well. Thank you.
I'm wondering how close Bashar is to Riku, because he would like to make a suggestion about perhaps Setsuo's captivity. Maybe it might be a little easier for the village to accept Riku's reign for or like Riku's administration.
Would you
with
like to
Setsuo.
make? Would you like to make a courtesy check in order to talk to Riku without interrupting the court?
Yes, I'll give it a shot.
Or be hilarious and choose not to make the the courtesy check and just do the breach of etiquette. Like, hey, Riku, maybe you want to talk to them about this whole Setsuo thing? He seems like a cool guy. Probably would help.
I think I'll try to be reasonable about it.
Okay. Is Ayumi still being charged with any crimes?
He says, well, she did break into the family quarters. If anything, we cannot leave her in this castle any longer. She's not welcome here.
Perhaps she should
If-
go back to the village?
If she cannot follow the rules of civility, even when there is something happening, there are rules to samurai life. If she cannot follow those rules, she is no longer welcome here in this castle.
Then may I be allowed to have her accompany me on my way to the village?
Yes.
I can escort her out.
So, what did my role do for me, Corey?
Okay.
I'm rude as heck.
No, you're fine.
Just let out like this really massive, long, slow fart. The worst possible thing you do in the middle of court. We're all trapped here, trying to look like we're very royal and important, and we're all going.
It's a hot day. There's no air conditioning. Everyone's trying to fan their
It's
faces.
just
They're trying to
buggy
fan
in
away.
there, so it's not traveling. It's just sticking around and hovering.
It's like a big
Mouth is open and
cartoony, like,
everything.
it's a big cartoony stink cloud, but like one Shugenja is like, or I'm sorry, one samurai pulls out a fan and like fans it over to another one, and the other one fans it back, and it's like moving back and forth between the two. Speaking of fans, you know that the best way to talk quietly in court is to use a fan. And I don't know, do you have a fan? Were you given one? Nope.
I'm probably just gonna stick my hand up
Yeah, you're just gonna stick
like
her.
this and just, whisper to Riku.
That's
Well,
fine.
if you have the type of hat that you have in your icon, your token, there's like loose cloth you can just pull around your face.
But anyways, you can go ahead and talk to Riku.
Riku, what are we going to do with our friend Setsuo? You
What is
think
that?
we might be able to have him released?
I can ask.
I think it might
Fact-
help with the village accepting your new position.
That's exactly what I was just going to suggest. My lord, to the daimyo, I believe I could quell all of their unrest even faster if I took a prisoner with me. Tetsuo, of course.
Right. I believe he's learned his lesson very well. You can take Setsuo back to the village with you.
And you're like a low five to Bashar. Good thinking.
Accepted.
The low five is the discreet one.
Yeah. Low 5, too slow.
Is there anything else you need, Rikyu?
I know that one of their main issues was they weren't able to make the sake anymore. I don't think you'll be rolling that rule back, right?
Unless that village begins producing rice enough to feed this castle and make sake, no.
There is
In
something
fact,
you
our
should
sake
know,
apparently
from
our
the
sake
Shinja
stores
side.
apparently our sake stores are running quite low now. I don't know
Sorry
why.
about that. That wasn't all me. Maybe. But you should know that the water spirits apparently became angered over not getting the runoff from their factory. That was one of the things that we had to quell. But I do understand the need for rice. I mean, you'd have to eat. Well, I just felt you should know that and take it in consideration.
They can make enough sake to appease the spirits. Until we have an excess amount of rice here to feed the castle, and then they can do what they wish with the excess.
Very well. I will relay that to them.
Is there any other business that this court needs to attend to?
Not for me.
Yes. Atomo Nico will speak up. Sire, I have heard many things happen in this castle in the past week. Vengeful ghosts, crazy statues, letting evil monks walk the halls. I would like you to know that my lord Otomo Samu will generously lend a hand in helping govern this castle. Jikai looks at her and says that your generosity is noted, Otomo Nico, and the generosity of your lord. But we have now handled every single one of these problems expertly with the help of Reju Rikyu. I understand that just the fact that these problems have occurred is noteworthy. And if they were left to fester, indeed, it would look as if I would need the help of Otomo Samu-san. And though I would appreciate his help if we could not handle these problems, we in fact did. And you can tell Osamu-san all of what has transpired here and what my leadership has done to solve all of these problems. Otomo Nico bows and says, Of course, of course. Okay. Any other person want to bring anything up to court?
Nope.
Okay. Court.
I
ends.
do have one question before we're done. Are you sending anyone to look at the hole in the derelict tower?
I'll have the Gunso look at that hole in the tower. And I will have the magistrate talk with Toshio and the woman who tried to attack my falcon, and make sure that there are no connections there.
And I forget his title. The guy that was basically in charge of their military. The guy
Gunzo.
Yeah.
Oh, Taisa. I'm
Taisa.
sorry. He's not a
He was a
Gunzo. He's a
Taisa.
Taisa.
I asked him, just out of curiosity, is there anything unique to your arrows to identify them? Should we run across arrows with amongst anyone else?
Yeah, he will tell you about the fletchings that there are, the Reju color fletchings, and there are some that are Otomo colored fletchings as well. So if there are teal and purple fletchings, or if there are what's the Otomo colors there, Tarek?
Green and brown, I believe.
Green and brown, yeah, I think so. Is that Sepun?
I think
they're
Sepun
all
is
the same.
emerald.
Yeah,
Emerald and gold, I think.
something like that. Green and brown, emerald and gold. That they seem like the exact same colors.
I think all the Imperial families have the similar colors.
I think they do. Anyways, he describes the arrows.
Thank you for the knowledge. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
As I assume you would like this to be done and handled quickly, and you would like her escorted out quickly, I believe we can go tonight.
So, you guys all pack up
And get the prisoner.
and get the prisoner Setsuo. That's the last thing to do.
I want to before we once I'm able to talk to any of the party members close enough, I will bring up directly the fact that Toshio stared at Tomonobu when he finally resigned himself to his fate. That may a sign that he was connected to Nobu.
I was about to bring that up as well. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed.
But I don't know that.
I think I was busy giggling at him. I really wanted to understand him and analyze him, but it was good times. Oh, I think I saw like the beginning of a tear, like right there.
I don't know that me bringing such a thing up will hold much weight, but perhaps one of you can.
I'm a little disappointed that I can't have an awesome wizard battle.
I'm sure it would have been entertaining, and quite
Especially
sure
since I
you
said
would
on
have
the morrow,
won.
because I'd be rearranging my spells. The thing that no other Shugenjo seems to know how to do. I just thought that was the way it worked. It turns out y'all are all dumb. Not you, but other Shugenjo. The dumb ones.
Of course.
You're a foreigner, it's not your problem.
I mean, I'm technically not a Shugenja.
Hey, you're a diviner.
Yeah, the death thing talking with your spirits is super creepy. A little bit hot, but super creepy. If you can just get them to make your hair whip about while you're doing it, that would be awesome. Give the death spirits a little coaxing.
I'll think about it.
All right.
See if there's something I can work out.
All right, we go get Tetsuo.
Okay, you go get Setsuo. There's a different guard down there. He eyes all of you suspiciously as you're
I
down
have my new
there.
robes on.
He doesn't seem to like any of you.
Bashar just proceeds to ignore him.
So we're gonna need that guy released.
He gets the keys. He opens it up. Setsuo kind of comes out.
Hey, did
Looks
girl
at
bring you some sake
looks at
earlier?
the prisoner in the other cell. Looks at the guard. Looks at you.
No, we don't want her.
Those are some very fancy clothes.
They're clean too. Thank you for noticing. I would comment on yours, but I think you've been wearing them for a while, and my comments aren't going to be the best.
What is going on, if I may ask?
Let me think here. Are we talking about the girl that? Are you saying Tetsuo asked or the girl? asked?
Setsuo.
No, he's basically asking what's going on your end.
Set-
Why are you wearing
set-
new clothes? Why is he
Setsuo.
being released?
No, I'm asking who's asking.
Setsuo is asking.
Okay. Right. Oh, Setsuo. Okay. I thought it was the girl that killed the bird. I'm like, I don't care what you think.
Yeah, it's not the girl.
Oh, so we're gonna try and negotiate peace between Twin Rivers and the castle, and part of that is me taking you to freedom.
Right.
That's
Looks-
something I assumed you want. Both the peace.
His
and the freedom.
eyes kind of dart back and forth across the room, and he says, "Well, lead the way."
Okay. Now you're making me a little nervous with your random not being excited. Is this not everything you were wanting?
He takes a big breath,
Call
and
me
he'll make an acting roll, which he'll fail probably, but who knows?
Performance.
For some sort of performance, Setsuo the villager. I have a character sheet for him. Let's see. Performance is a.
We just find out that Tetsuo's
Social.
a bad person.
It's a social.
Oh no, he's like involved with
Oh,
everything
he's pretty good with
Nobu
that.
was trying to orchestrate.
And he's
Probably.
doing trick. Oh, look at that.
Hey, you got 2 successes? Oh, 3 successes.
Yeah.
That's
He
not
goes-
bad at all.
He
Well,
goes.
he can only keep
You can
two.
keep 2.
Oh, that's
He
true.
goes. Of course, I am very, very excited to go back to the village. Thank you, Reju-san, for releasing me into your care.
Since he did that after I asked, I think I can justify and analyze air.
Sure.
Sentiment. Yeah, you can sentiment him.
Sentiment.
Yeah,
That's
I'm thinking about doing a sentiment roll too. I'm just like that was.
I don't know if I'm there, and if I am there, I'm in.
Oh,
a
you're
lot
there.
of
You're
pain.
there.
You should be there.
We're all
I
going
there.
together.
If I am there, then I'm still in a lot of pain. I have a bleeding head wound, and I
I'm
just
gonna
fell
blow
out
a
of the-
ring because I feel this is a thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
That's my
theorize
last
what the
3
heck
votes.
is going on with Setsuo.
Let's see.
I'll keep.
Floating.
Let's see, both of those and that opportunity. So did I make the threshold?
No. It's a contested roll, so you needed at least 3
Oh,
successes.
exploded! Oh!
Yeah,
I have
Ricky, you made
3
it.
Successes.
And Yumi made
Holy
it.
crap!
My exploder.
I don't need any more strife, so I'm stopping there. But I got 4.
All right.
I also have 4 successes.
4 successes is more than enough. 2 successes is not enough. So, yes, Setsuo is acting overjoyed, but he's very, very nervous. And it has to do with the guard in here, the woman in here.
I see what's going on. All right. Tell you what. I don't want to do anything rash, and I pushed Tetsuo back into the cage.
What the?
What? Why are you pushing him back in the cage?
Does anybody stop me? Do I have to make a roll?
Yeah.
No.
I
will
mean, like, I'm not gonna
stop
stop
you from
you.
pushing him. I will like get in front of you so that if you push him, you're pushing me basically.
But
Well, I feel like,
Like-
you need to beat me in initiative to do that.
I mean, I would steady Setsuo because like I don't see.
So
what the
should we
heck
make an
Setsuo-
initiative check at this point?
Does anybody stop him? Is anybody wanting to stop him?
I
Yeah,
want to stop
apparently.
him from pushing.
Yeah.
Okay,
into
all
the-
right.
Char is really confused about
one
what
person-
Ricky's doing.
If everybody who wants to stop him can decide who leads and who's aiding,
Oh my god.
and it'll be a contested fitness roll.
just because
Well,
of where we
that's one
are,
of my
I'm
best
not
rolls.
going to physically stop him.
Okay.
All right, so y'all
I
figure
guess
out what
I'll-
you're
I'll
doing. All I
help.
have to do is make a fitness roll.
I'll
I'm just
help
setting the
and-
difficulty.
I'll withstand. I'll withstand it. Like what the heck Rikyu does.
I'm not attacking you,
I know.
so you can't withstand. You got to do a thing.
Who's leading and who's aiding?
I guess I'll lead. I don't know unless.
I'll aid then.
Okay. You get an extra ring die.
I just want a
So-
clarification on what your aid is.
Or, I'm
Saying
sorry,
that
Are you
pushing
skilled
someone else makes no
in
sense.
fitness?
I have a rank 3 in fitness.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you
so I
get
get a
extra
skill
skill die. Okay. Bashar, Matt, describe your aiding. Like, what are you doing to stop the pushing?
I'm essentially like holding Setsuo steady. Like, as soon as I noticed Rikyu was like pushing Setsuo, like,
Okay.
Bashar kind of puts his arm out to prevent Setsuo from falling over.
You're grabbing Setsuo, and what is Ayumi doing?
I'm stepping in front to try to absorb the blow instead of.
Okay, so
Him.
one person is pulling the guy out of the way, and the other person
Yeah.
is
I wish
getting
I had
in the
used
way.
my auto success already, because that would be hilarious.
It-
Push right through all of y'all. I am not that meaty to actually do it.
3 people go in the cell.
Okay,
Like,
Ayumi, make
Bashar's on
your
his butt afterwards,
make
he's
your
like,
fitness roll, and Rikyu, make your fitness roll, and whoever makes the most
alright.
successes wins.
so
At this
Ayumi
point,
makes
I'm
the
trying
roll?
to surprise him, so is that air?
I was
Yeah,
using air because I'm trying to surprise you. I'm trying to like feint into the way.
you can use air if you
Fun.
like.
Alright. Here we go, with my big ol' one fitness.
I'll keep my exploding success, and I think I win.
Rikyu just trips over himself.
I have opportunity. I look good.
I ruined the new robes.
Trips, but he cartwheels out of the trip, and then like does a Dark Souls roll.
It's like when Willy Wonka's
I go like
cane
this,
gets stuck
and
in
I
the
see what y'all
sidewalk
are
and he
doing,
trips.
And I stop because I have the opportunity to not look foolish.
The guard immediately puts his hand on his katana and stands and steps forward and looks at Rikyu. Reju-san?
All right, you see the colors I'm wearing. Put that man in the cell.
Yes, sir. He'll grab the Setsuo. Does anybody stop the guard from grabbing Setsuo?
Why are you ordering Setsuo?
What?
back-
Rikyu-san,
Puts
what are
him
you
back in the
doing?
cell.
Why are you wanting Setsuo back in the cell? We were coming to free him.
Won't he be beneficial to...
I do not answer until the cell is locked.
Okay.
I just watch the guard. I watch intensely at the guard to see if he tries to give them any looks.
He just follows your orders, puts Setsuo back in, closes it up, locks the door.
Zetsuo, there's no nice way to put this, but we're not in court anymore, so I don't have to. Your lies are falling on deaf ears, sir. You're a shit actor. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Where you gonna go?
Okay.
Rikyu, I'm
he
quite
was-
confused.
What's going
Just trying to walk
on?
out. I look after I've walked out to see if my friends are following.
Yeah, I'll follow along. Just looking back at Setsuo because I failed the sentiment roll,
Right, I
so just
Hold on. Oh, Zeely, am I misunderstanding? Didn't the sentiment roll just show that
He was acting. He was faking it.
He was faking
faking
being
being
happy.
happy.
He was nervous because of the people around him.
Because they're in on it with him. He's not
Oh,
happy to get out. We're ruining his plan.
I got a different read of the situation.
Out of character, he's still intending to kill the daimyo, and
Probably.
Setsuo. Okay, from what you know of Setsuo, he is an extremely crafty guy, but he's not about to put himself in incredible danger. So what basically both Marl and Rikyu got out of this is that he does have his own plan here, and yeah, that he has his own plan here, and something is going to happen that's probably going to be beneficial if he remains at the castle.
beneficial to him or beneficial to the group.
You don't know,
Okay.
but
All right.
that's
I relate that.
yeah.
Yeah, well, because I made the check. I was one of the ones who succeeded, so that was what I was wondering.
Oh, Marl-
Maybe
reading
you were
it,
just
or was
confused on what you heard.
I misunderstanding? Was he misunderstanding? But it sounds like I was misunderstanding, so I'll follow with.
Look, I do want to return him. I don't know if he's a bad guy or not. Now it's all confusing. He wants to be here, but I feel like that could be a bad thing too. And if we relate that, he's going to get tortured.
All I know is that Tetsuo does not seem like an individual who is going to cause anyone harm. He may be a crafty individual, but he seems to be wanting what's best for the village.
The only thing I really hate in life are crafty individuals. I'm not crafty. I don't want to deal with it.
Well, I guess we have to leave him to his devices now.
Do we leave him here? Do we take him? I don't know. I wanted a moment to think, and it seemed really fun to push him back in his cell, but y'all are like goody two-shoes, which
Well,
really
he's
is a surprise.
He's an old man.
So what? You wanted to kill old people? You're awful. Why
But if I get-
for the one thing?
The one time I killed that old woman, I told her, I warned her many times that if she kept doing what she was doing, that I would murder her. And I followed through, okay? And she was a monster anyway. She kidnapped children.
Did we know that at first?
She bit off Bashar's fingers.
Yeah, like, wasn't I the one to finish her off and, like, spit in her face?
No.
I told her
Bashar
she
is
would
basically
die.
cake. Who doesn't want to bite a finger?
I mean, fair, but... we only
They're
have
like
so many
Slim
to go
Jims,
around.
right?
I'm not cake, I'm baklava. I have many layers.
And most of them are pistachio.
Mm. Honey and flaky pastry.
Gilo bread.
How about a little more baklava?
Anyway,
Hey.
look,
Fucking baklava.
I really want peace to happen. If you just want a moment to talk about it, do we take him or not take him?
No.
If we're doing our plans and ignoring whatever he's planning, we take him. But what do you think? Obviously, he's in with the woman in the cell next to him.
Mhm.
No, he's
Of
not.
course.
He's not in with the woman with the cell next to him. That's the entire thing.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Well, he
He's-
didn't want.
He looked at
that's why he didn't
both of
wanna
them
talk
like
about
these two
our
are
problems
are
for me.
together.
Oh, you think he was trying to warn me the guard was bad?
The guard was bad. He's bad news. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought there was something about the guard. That's why I was confused. All right, look.
So I was right. That's what I was thinking from the beginning.
Everything is
Okay.
so confusing.
So I was right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's
You know
what
what I mean about hating the clever people? Isn't it much more fun when you're just the guy with the sword or the guy with the magic and you go,
Because then you get manipulated by the clever people.
that's why I hate them.
That's why I prefer to be them.
We need one clever person we can trust. Put them to ward off
And
the
that's
clever.
a Yumi. A Yumi is
Yeah.
the one clever person you can
But yeah,
trust.
but you stopped me from pushing the old man around.
That should tell you something.
Yeah, all right. All right,
Maybe.
so you
If
want
the
to take
person
the
who
guy and
enjoys
what?
taking candy from children.
Okay,
is
so
telling
we
you
take
not
the
to push
guy.
the old man over.
Village and back to his family.
Yeah, here's the new plan. We go in there. We take the guy out. We push the guard in. Close the door.
Well,
No.
you're a Reju.
What? That might besmirch your good name.
You are a Reiju. You can handle
It
things.
wouldn't be the first
legit-
time.
Rikyusa.
All right.
You are Reiju now. You have the ability to go through the legitimate channels. We do not.
All right.
Yes.
I look around to see if there are any servants working anywhere.
Sure. You can find servants as you're walking through the halls.
You, boy, come here. Oh, girl,
Oh,
my bad. Anyway, come
Oh,
here.
yes, sir. I'm here
not
for
sure
you,
about that.
Reiju
Here's what's
Soma.
important.
Yeah, that's a goblin. You should not be here.
Do you like me fang? Oh, it's my one good fang.
I want to.
I eats the meat with it.
Since I name dropped goblins, I want to bring up one awesome L5R goblin fact, which is they will not enter doors that are closed, including if the rest of the building has been destroyed and only the door remains.
So they go around.
Interesting.
They won't go around because they're
That is
the
the
doorway.
weirdest random goblin
They
fact I've
recognize
ever
the
heard.
doorway. Yeah, the crab
Okay.
use it to their advantage. It's a note in the crab in like one of the crab notebooks.
Yes,
Never
sir.
knock down the doorway.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I need you to take a message to. I don't want to bother the daimyo with this exactly. Damn it, I forgot his name again. The dude that's in charge of their military. That guy.
The Taisa, Reju Masaru.
I thought it was
Chicken.
Marusaru.
Masaru. Reju
Oh,
Masaru.
Okay, I wrote it down wrong then. Marusaru sounds crazy.
Reju Masaru needs to hear these words. The guard on duty right now in that prison, and I point right at it, is in cahoots with the prisoner. So he needs to be dealt with. But we've already been given a mission by the
prisoner?
daimyo. We can't do it. So you need to get that word out now.
There are
Right.
2 prisoners in there, Reju-san.
The woman prisoner.
Right. I'll do it right away. Cheerio, pip pip. Bow.
He just turned into a little cockney kid. All right, cool.
He did from the start.
Right away, governor.
Please, miss, my talk slow.
That boy seems to be a little more foreign than I am.
All right, now let's go get Tetsuo and get out of here.
Are you going back down there for him?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you think? Should we tell him what our plan is and ask if he'd prefer to help or stay here in prison?
Nope, I was given orders by the daimyo.
I'd suggest we take him.
I think
Back
that
to the
his
village.
plans are going to work against ours in making peace.
I am not worried about Setsuo as much as I am worried about those who the treachery that may be within this castle.
Me too.
Well, Tetsuo is with the rebels, so that is something to be thought about, but I don't think he's evil. So let's just
Oh,
grab him and
certainly
go.
not.
Okay.
We can just
You
talk
go back
along-
down there. The
Yeah.
guard looks at you weird that you're back. Says, is there a problem?
Yep, my prank on Tetsuo is over. Let's go ahead and get him out of the cell. Let's go. High fives.
All right.
High five.
He opens up the cell. Lets Setsuo out.
The whole party left me
Still
hanging.
kind of confused about the whole ordeal.
I don't know what slap 5 means.
Setsuo emerges from the cell again.
All right, let's go.
Uh,
But for real this time, I really want you to look excited about the freedom we're giving you. Come on, man.
Very well, Reju-san. Thank you for releasing me.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, he
I,
saunters up the stairs after you. Sorry, I
the
have
fact
a...
like
that he's
I
sauntering.
sort of like whisper off to Setsuo, not to worry, my friend. I was quite confused as to what happened back there too.
I have mood swings. It's a spirit thing. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
Ask Marl, because, if she talks to death spirits, that's even weirder.
Setsuo, how are you doing?
Let me know when we're like a safe distance and people can't overhear our group plus Tetsuo.
Yeah, well, y'all will have to, like, kind of
Get out of the castle.
get out of the castle for that.
I
I
mean,
guess we can use the front gate, not the
Right
shortcut
now.
to derelict
Yeah.
tower.
So, y'all leave via the front gate. The door closes behind you.
I make sure I have all my
Setsuo.
things before we leave, by the way.
same here.
Setsuo looks at you all and says, I thought you were going to leave me in there.
Are you safe?
Of course not.
Do you want to be in there or not? I was really confused.
Well, something is going to go down in this castle. I don't know what. But things have gotten
out of hand.
Well, somebody
I can
smuggled
feel it
a
from
whole
the
lot
jail
of their arrows
cell.
out of the castle, possibly to rebels. We're trying to figure it out. I don't want a war between the city and this castle because it'll be bad for everyone. I'm trying to make peace, and we've even got them to agree to let you make enough sake to satisfy the river spirits. And if we can get more rice in here, maybe you can make as much sake as y'all want. And then on top of that, I'm doing what I can to negotiate real peace.
Well done, Reiju-san. I suppose we should
Yeah,
go
it
back.
required me to change clothes.
I should go back to the village. Well, we should go back there because they are probably planning something irrational, something that shouldn't happen. But this castle, something irrational is going to happen here too.
I agree.
As he starts,
Well, we got their court Shugenja fired. And that was just really fun. I'd still say I saw a tear forming.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Everything changed very quickly this evening. And I didn't know what it was, but you just said you got their court Shugenja fired?
Mm-hmm.
He was clearly incapable.
The man or the woman
working against him.
The woman in the cell next to me was sure that she'd be released soon. She said it was just a matter of time.
Who was she?
She appeared to be a guard, a mercenary hired by the Reju family.
Who
So
was
someone-
making the decision on who gets hired? Is Jikai the final say?
Excuse me?
Is Jikai the final say on each samurai? Is the Tyson?
When it comes to regular mercenaries, I don't believe it is that Jikai-sama, Reiju Jikai-sama can definitely hire mercenaries if he likes. But, from what I understand, he has been swearing in samurai to his family. If it's just mercenaries, then it would go to a lower functionary to just hire them out. Somebody who has control of the purse strings.
What about Otomonobu?
This,
He is the
I don't know a Tomonobu. Who is he?
major
Very high up
domo.
in the Toma family.
He is the major domo of the castle, the steward.
The steward? Yes, that's exactly the position that would have have access to the money and the ledgers and things of that nature. He could
Then we need
definitely
to
hire
stop-
mercenaries.
then we need to stop Nobu before we leave. Otherwise, something terrible is going to happen.
Well, the Otomo family did want to try to have a helping hand in the castle.
Yes, but that was Nico and Osamu's doing, not...
Well, yeah, but they are related, I assume. It's not just a weird naming coincidence.
Of course, but that is like saying that you, as a Reiju, are now similarly related to Jikai. That is not necessarily the same.
That's my brother you're talking about, sir.
Well,
You remember, we went way back. We flew kites.
well, let us just say that I do not believe that Nobu flew kites with Nico or Osamu. He is here for a reason, and if he was in cahoots with Hoshio, as I suspect he was, then he is going to be a problem.
Well,
And there may be more infection left that needs to be uprooted.
Well, unfortunately, you can't carry that message, but I can.
I cannot carry that
Yes.
message, nor can I carry the sword that strikes against Nobu. Not now.
well, if we want to get back there, we should do it right now.
Well,
I am no longer welcome within the gates. I do not know that they will allow me back. But you have my full support.
Ayumi and Setsuo, it may be best if you head to the village given the circumstances. The rest of us may be able to help out in the castle, primarily Rikyu, since he is now a Reiju.
Not
Rikyu,
forget
you
that
may
guard
be
and the-
able
and
to
the prisoner.
speak to the daimyo himself once again.
I'll accompany Tetsuo to the village. By the
Alright.
time I get to the way station, I will check on some of the villagers.
I guess I'll keep Marlon Bashar. All right, then. Are you sure you don't want one of them to go with you, just in case there's an emergency? You got a swordsman or a healer. You pick. We can split into two.
Ah.
I do not believe that people are going to attack Setsuon. He holds a lot of.
Yeah, you got a point. Setsuo, can you handle yourself in a fight if something does happen?
I'm old. If something happens, I have wisdom to be able to get around it, but in a
so
fight...
my spare
wolves
Sashi's not doing anything for you.
Yes, in a
I
fight...
will be fine.
So
You know,
what the,
On the
what,
other
wolves in
hand,
the
if
woods?
somebody
If a
sends
fight
someone
comes to
after
it-
him,
If a fight comes to it, I will be more than prepared to kill it.
That makes sense, because, if I was a wolf in the woods, Setsuo was looking a little gamey and old, but you are prime meats.
Well, is that head wound okay?
I will go with them.
There you go. Thank you. If you're going to split the party, at least split it evenly.
Speaking of, yeah, just an infected wound dripping. I don't know if you're gonna be okay. I'll be fine, okay?
Yeah, I'm
I'll
good.
be
I'm
fine.
just-
I still smell toast, but it'll be fine.
Okay. You guys, I'm going to go back to the people who are going to the gate first. You go back to the main gate. It's closed.
All right. I take my wakizashi out, turn it around, take the hilt, and go, do, 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 do.
All right.
No 2 bits.
You notice
Just
that
'cause we're in a foreign
you
country.
hear a voice in the tower. You're supposed to be in the village.
But I have news that is of import, so I'm going to need you to open the gate.
I think you should go back to the village.
That's a really weird thing for you to tell me.
They will. There are arrows that will fall down to your feet. That's your only warning. Leave now.
So noted. If anyone asks, the news is in the village, there's going to be a buffet tomorrow, and you're all invited. Have a good night.
Bashar just like looks incredulous. Just, what
I love it.
what are you?
There's a buffet tonight.
It must be a tradition amongst you.
I will whisper to Bashar.
There's
"Man,
gonna
it's a shame there's no convenient opening in a derelict tower to go right back in. Damn, if only there was.
I was about to say, like, Bashar's like, what are you talking about? And you're like, yeah, I don't
You
know
guys-
why we wouldn't want to go through the gate, looking at the arrow that just landed in your feet.
You guys make your way around the entire building to the opening,
Well, around like
the
nearly half of it.
the moat and all of that, and you make your way to the opening of the secret entrance,
Are they already
and
taking
it has
care
been
of it?
caved in.
And you just had to tell them about it, didn't you?
But it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, perhaps you can ask the earth spirits to move all these rocks out of our way.
No,
Because
yeah.
there is quite a bit of an issue going on inside.
Don't you make me look at my spells and see how they work, you son of a bitch. I don't know these things.
Well, you
God
complicated
damn you
it
for
by
making me
opening your
learn
mouth.
stuff. It's America. I mean, Rokugan.
Yep.
You overcomplicated it by opening your mouth. What do you think I try to keep my mouth shut from time to time? Because I
You
might...
never know what's going on, that's why.
Of what?
I said, no. All this time, never occurred to me. Clear my throat. Holy crap.
Bashar, make a tactics, a tactics water roll. TN, 3, because you're pretty far away.
Well...
Okay.
Would one success help?
Sorry.
Can I do a reroll and spend a void point?
Can I pray?
Why can you do a reroll?
Huh? Why should I?
What rule gives you a
I'll
reroll?
continue bonking my head against the wall until something pops up.
I'd love to give you a reroll,
Let's
but
say you're doing something slightly different with a different skill or something.
yeah.
Change
All
your
right. Well,
you know this game better than
goes
me. You've
under
been playing it
attack.
for years longer than me.
I mean, does Riku have tactics?
I don't think so, but I will double check.
Yeah.
Can I theorize with theology?
No, it's a survey. It's to
I know.
notice
I
your
was just
surroundings.
Tactics. Hang on. As much as I appreciate the mouse you gave me here, Tarek, the scroll wheel doesn't work. So every time I click it, it starts to work, and then for some reason it begins spinning the opposite. They're moving things the opposite direction of where I was trying to scroll it.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just every time I look for something, I'm just like,
man.
hey.
That reminds me of my work recently got a new Mac as
No,
opposed to
not
the
that.
old Mac that we had, and now when I scroll down it goes up, and when I
Oh,
scroll
yeah.
up it goes down.
Yeah, that tricked me.
Oh,
first time
those
I-
things.
I'll
It's
take it apart
because it's
later
a
and
like
blow
a
the dust out of it, see if that fixes
touch
it. It's no
top
big deal, I'm sure.
mouse.
What did you say, Howard?
One, I said I have no tactics.
Yeah.
And two, I said I would blow the dust out of this mouse, so I would take it apart later and see if that fixes it. So it's
Okay,
no big deal.
no tactics. Okay.
So could I theorize a tactic?
So,
Right.
you're both at this caved-in hole.
Yeah, I'm looking at the grasp of earth and wall of earth to see if there's anything they can do to the ground around them. It doesn't look like they can, though.
No, doesn't look like those two cannot move Earth. I mean, grass of Earth can take something and put it in the Earth.
Right.
I know a thing that can get me over the
And
earth.
Jade Strike is not really like a big knock down a wall type thing.
No,
No.
it only attacks supernatural things. It only does damage to things that are of supernatural nature. So, you have been basically taken out of this castle and not allowed back in.
Yeah. I'm seeing that.
You showing my kitty?
So I cast
adorable.
Stop.
peace on myself and cure some of my fatigue problem because I'm at 5 fatigue down.
So I'm gonna let Bashar make another tactics roll. This one's easier. It's TN2 tactics roll, and it is not water. It is fire. It is a theorize roll.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's why it's easier for you.
And I will definitely spend my void point for that one because this seems to be a bit of a conundrum. Alright, making a roll. Oh, come on!
Well, you only
Well,
needed 2.
being So, I made it.
Yeah, you made it. Take your strife.
Alright, and I'll get those opportunities as well.
Okay.
So, without strife.
So this is
And the strife will count as a third success too, I assume.
right. No, it doesn't. You're not in a conflict. That only works during conflicts. This is the information you're getting from your tactics roll. If something is happening inside the castle, the only way you're going to be able to get in there is by force. And right now, they have more force than you. You're going to have to go get a force that can break their way into the castle.
I understand this, but it wasn't my role. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so basically Bashar will relay his thoughts to Riku that, we may have to find a force greater than just the two of us to get into the castle, because he can make an assumption that the daimyo's life is in danger at this point.
As you're doing that, I was in the middle of a ritual, and I'm like splashing water on myself. I look at you looking refreshed.
So, Corey,
I
what
can't do anything about that wall, but what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
So, Corey, what can I do with those 2 opportunities? I'm trying to figure out.
It's a fire roll, right?
Yeah, like I can remove
Notice
one
something
stripe.
missing or out of place that is not directly related to the task. You can do that.
Hold on, find something out of place that is not directly related to the task, and
That's
that's
correct.
for 2.
That's for 2
You have
opportunities.
to.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. Notice something interesting and out of place. Not directly related to the task. The task was figuring out what you needed. Okay. This is what you notice. Over at the castle, at where the training yards are, you see there is an abundance of light. Light that has to do with a lot of people are you can theorize that a lot of people are gathering in those areas.
There seems to be a fire in a training yard, or just a lot of torches.
I think everything's going bad. I think we need to run and try and catch up to Yumi and Marl and Tetsuo and see if that rebel army still exists in the woods.
I couldn't agree more. Let's go.
Okay.
Eh.
And that's where we'll end the game.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Alright.
All right, everybody.
Are we doing 2 hours in? Okay.
Yeah, that was 2 hours. I don't want to go a third hour because, like, we're going to do, like, a big war scene. That's how this thing ends.
Oh. Okay. Bye-bye.
So maybe there'll be one more game left. Maybe there'll be 2 more games left. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But y'all have made it to Act 3. So everybody get your void back.
Ooh.
So
And,
that's the end of the
let's
act.
get
Your
you-
void goes to, I believe, half your void points go up to half your void. Everybody gains 2 experience points.
Wait, does it go up to half our void and then we get a void back? Or the other way around?
Your void goes up to half your void. If it's above that already, then it doesn't go anywhere, but
Oh, okay.
that's what it's supposed to be. That's what the book says.
Book says get all your void back, lose all fatigue damage and all strength.
Well, it says at the beginning of each game you get your void, but like
And heal all head wounds.
you know. Honor, glory, all of that stuff. All of that good stuff. Let's see here. God dang it, you're gonna rip my page, you kitty. You're gonna... Pardon me, I apologize for that outburst.
Always.
Are we still online here? People watching?
Yeah, people are still
Matches.
watching. People are still watching. I'm sure people want
Corey
to
hates
know.
cats. Just throwing it
Also,
out there.
have we had Juvie come to watch any of our streams? I haven't heard his name announced in a while.
No, he hasn't been around for the live streams, but I'm sure he's watched all of the.
My son is watching. I mean, I'm gonna go tell him that he has to really go to bed now. That was his excuse. He's like, "But I want to watch your show."
That's right.
Kathy,
No excuse.
Death, go to bed.
Okay. 3 honor to Howard for the honor of becoming a named
Imperial.
samurai.
Imperial.
Yes.
I got some stormtrooper armor. I'm good to go.
Compassion for both Ayumi and Marl gain 3 honor for keeping Rikyu from being terrible to Setsuo. Rikyu for being terrible to Setsuo lose 1 honor.
All right.
I know it wasn't like for real, so it's just like a 1 honor loss.
That's fine. People don't like it when you push around the elderly for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, didn't I help with, steadying Setsuo as well?
Yeah, Bashar
Oh, it wasn't Marl.
stepped in.
Yeah, it wasn't Marl. Marl, you don't gain that honor. It was Bashar who gains that honor. Bashar and Aine.
Right. Marl hates the elderly.
So it was 3?
Yeah, it was 3. It was 3 honor. Not Marl. You do not get that 3 honor. What does Marl get? I don't think there was anything here for that. Glory. Did you already lose glory for all of the stuff that you did last game?
Who are you talking to?
Tarek,
Oh,
you're
you're talking to
muted.
Tarek. I can't hear you, Tarek.
Sanchez. Why does it say Sanchez?
Tarek Sanchez. Can't
Hey,
hear
we
you.
still
I'm
can't
muted.
hear
I've been,
you.
I've been talking. Yes, I lost glory and honor last game.
Okay. I won't let you
Um,
lose more glory then.
And I didn't. I was wondering when people were gonna pick up on the fact that I quote, because that's my nickname.
Matches is
you know,
pulling books out of my
Ayumi
bookcase now.
Sanchez.
It's like a dirty Sanchez, really.
Yeah.
Matches.
I mean, she is kind of dirty.
Stop. Stop being a terrible kitty. All right.
Plucked my pearls at that.
I think
Come on,
I
man.
think we've got all of this done for the night. Actually, for outing Toshio, I think everybody should get some glory for that. I'm gonna give everybody 3. I'm gonna give everybody 6 glory for outing Toshio. He's one of the major villains, and you definitely put your finger right on him. Unfortunately, he is not the main villain, and you didn't out the right guy.
Oh no, not the main guy.
You got the underling.
We were so close, but yet so far.
I didn't have enough interaction with Nobu to really. I was about to say to finger the guy, but that doesn't sound good.
Yep.
To suspect him.
All right.
I didn't have enough exposure to him to expect him.
We're going to end the stream. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you watched this video all the way through, you obviously liked it, so hit the like button. Subscribe for more. We do this all the time. We love role-playing. It's what we do. It's our lifeblood. If you want to be a patron, hey, that's cool, too, if you can afford it. We try and give as many cool benefits for that as possible. And lastly, DU Shorts. If you like something, a part of this, you think it's funny or poignant or whatever, give me the time code. I'll make it into a short. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.